All right. Chance and Ringo, the co-host here, going to play the first hour of Thymesia. And this is Ringo is going to be a huge pain again. This is a Souls-like. This is the first Souls-like I've ever played. You play a Plague Doctor, which I really liked Plague Doctors from Shovel Knight and Darkest Dungeon. So when I saw this, I saw him wielding a huge green scythe, which reminded me of the necromancer from Diablo 3 and Heroes of the Storm, which is a huge favorite character of mine. Loved the necromancer ever since Diablo 2. And so I knew I had to get this. This is the intro, little intro story. There is where there's light, there's always be shadow. And he has a lot of characteristics of his kind of creed is very similar to like a necromancer. Well, at least the Diablo 3 necromancer, where they're trying to maintain the balance. And yeah, so there's a plague, as you can see by all the bodies everywhere. And he has to fix things. I'll try to explain the mechanics as we go, in case you're not familiar with a Souls-like. These are kind of the lowest form of bad guys right here. They can still, if they can bunch up on you, they can still kill you really fast. Our hero here has lots of different kinds of attacks he can do. He can throw little knives, but you don't get a ton. He can get potions, but he doesn't get a lot yet, but he can upgrade those. And he scoots around real fast. Again, I consider this a horror game similar to Plague Tale. This one in some ways is a lot darker than Plague Tale. Okay, this is our first kind of low-level mini-boss. This is to introduce how the claw mechanic works. Your character actually does two different types of damage. He does white damage and green damage. And so, oh man, even these lowest tier mini-bosses can absolutely kill you. You have to do your green, that big slash right there. You have to do green damage to take away their green life bar, otherwise you never kill them. So that forces you to kind of alternate between your two attacks. If you die, you drop your XP and have to go get it. If you don't go get it, you lose your XP forever and have to start over. You can see here, they jump on you really quick, so you got to keep making distance and angles. You can wait to block, which will stun them for a second. Or you can just try to hack and slash them really, really, really fast. The first time I played this, played it without codes, and got all the way to the first boss. That's right. That's where I was at. Sorry, this is my second time recording this. Something happened the first time, so bear with me here. That's the little savey chair and the little ghost child that helps you out. Your savey chair is where you go do all your XP stuff. Unfortunately, every time you sit in the savey chair, it resets the whole entire map. That's kind of one of the trademark of a Souls-like, is the risk versus reward. It also allows you to grind, though. This is the second mini boss. These guys absolutely kick your ass. The green grass on him is showing that he's infected. Extremely powerful. I have my life cheat on, though. Otherwise, it's just gonna take. It would just take me forever to get through this. However, like I was saying the last time I recorded this, having the life code on doesn't help you, because if you suck, you're not killing these guys anyway, even with infinite hit points, because they'll just block, throw you around. Their life will regen forever. But yeah, all the blood everywhere, all the gore of the bodies, the infections and stuff, like it's a horror game. It's just not, this is more gothic, action horror, but it's horror. It counts. This and Plague Tale. In fact, I would love if they made a Plague Tale where you got to run around as this guy. Although the rats will probably still kick your ass. But so he did the green move there, which you can't block. You have to do a different move to counter their green move. You can either attack it with a different move to stun them out of it. You get a little bit longer stun that way. Or you can dodge it with a special dodge, and then you get special counterattacks. So even though you can level up in this game, it does not help you at all. It gives you more tools to beat them, and you get a little bit more HP or a little bit more energy. But if you suck, you suck. Being maxed out is not going to help you. It gives you more tools, but if you don't know how to use them, you're toast. There isn't a lot of backtracking in this game unless you want to. And if you... Oh, feathers. That's the little knives he can throw are called feathers. He's an alchemist. I forgot how much of this I said before I had to restart the video. He very much keeps the balance, just like the necromancer in Warcraft 3. I really love this character. They knocked it out of the park with all the cool tools, all the cool weapons. Here's your first big boss of the game. Two big bosses, by the way. You are not able to defeat them. So if you leave your hit point code on like a dumbass, you're screwed. The bigger, badder ass, stronger knights were able to resist the corruption somehow, so all the badasses are walking around, and I think they blame you, and you die. And when you die, you get teleported back to the Philosopher Hill, which is where you live. And you live here with your child. That's not a ghost child now. She's a normal child. Because she's not projecting herself into his memories. So I was surprised you were just in one of his memories. He has to go back and redo his memories over and over again until he can solve the puzzle. So this is his home. It has all the different crafting tables you could ever want. And this is where he lives, and he's safe from the corruption here. So he can do his work as an alchemist, trying to save the land. So eventually he can try to rid the area of this weird tree, grassy corruption plague that's going on. There's like the life tree in there that he's trying to keep safe. So you can go around and kind of read more notes. There's lots of notes to read in this game. Sorry if I ever brought that up. This is a good time to go through howlongtobeat.com. Has the main story at 6.5 hours. Has the main side stories at 10 hours and has completionist at 14. I call that BS because you can spend 6.5 hours on the very first area and not beat it. If you throw your codes on, you can, and actually know how to fight, you can beat it in 6.5 hours. So here we go, back to the very first memory. Because you were in a later memory, which it doesn't explain that until later. This game has a 69% rating. That's probably because a lot of people don't like Souls-likes, and I guess maybe they thought this was going to be easier. It's not hard. It's hard as hell. The developer is Overborder Studio, and this is published by Team 17, which publishes some great games. Excuse me. Overborder Studio is a studio from Taiwan. So we're flying over to Taiwan today to play one of their games. And I really wanted to do like a little map at the beginning that showed the little like plane from Street Fighter 2 flying to the area, but then I didn't. I thought about it and I looked at it and I'm like, no, I don't want to pay and I didn't want to pay somebody royalties for like a friggin' map. So we're flying to Taiwan today. So far we've covered, I just did a game from Chile. Did a game from Indonesia. Did a game from, was it Norway? We're covering games from all over the world, which is my favorite thing to do. I love playing games from all over the world. So, yeah, I was surprised. I didn't actually know. I knew where Team 17 was, but I didn't know where the actual developer was. So it was really cool to see they were from Taiwan. I'm really trying to find more horror games from more countries. So there's one from the Philippines that I've been trying to find, but I can't find a copy of it. I've seen people play it. I can't find a copy of it anywhere. So leave a comment if you know of any horror games from around the world that like me to try to play for an hour. I do beat this one, but yeah, I only beat it with codes on. The first boss, I don't know if I get to the first boss in an hour, but the first boss, very beatable in his first form. Absolutely ridiculous in his second form, and that's where I gave up until I got the codes working. Because I really wanted to beat this. That was another mini boss right there. I think I forgot to turn my health cheat on again, because that guy was beating my ass. You can tell though, I can play this game without the codes on. Here's another little mini boss. This game is chocked full of mini bosses. This one's got different plants growing out of them. So strategy wise, there's the green damage, so I have to do my green move to wipe them out, or they'll just regenerate. You can see the kind of the corruption going on. A lot of these stories just revolve around this. Oh gosh, where did he come from? This first area is a town built around a giant carnival. That's what a circus, sort of a carnival thing. And all these notes are talking about how they want more people for the carnival, more people for the carnival, more workers, more people to come see it, but the people never come out. And there's a reason why for that later. So that's what the stories are about, if you're wondering why I'm just kind of zipping by them. There's like some plague dust that you can't go into because the plants are creating plague dust that he's got to get rid of. I'm not using any cheats to make him stronger, so you can just get an idea of how long it takes. You can beat the guys a little bit faster than what I'm doing if you're not as crappy as I am, I guess. But There's tons of different play styles. You can play ranged. That's what I was going to say. You can play ranged styles. You can play melee. You can play defensive. You can play offensive. You can boost your magic or boost your melee. You can make your potions do all kinds of different things. So everybody's got different play styles. There's people who play him like an archer. And you can play him like a mid-range, which is how I end up playing him, very much like a mid-range, where he can use his axe, but he can make it like a throwing axe. I find these guys with the shields to be one of the biggest pains. But at some point in this playthrough, I was watching how somebody else was dodging. Not dodging. You can dodge too. Parry. I was watching how they were parrying. And then I realized that was a way easier way to parry than how I had been parrying. So I started parrying that way, and it was helping me get the timings down a lot better. A lot of the parrying here, you might think it's reading, you know, like the frames like you would on Street Fighter. And that's part of it. But the blocking comes down to like a rhythm. And once you get like the right rhythm down, blocking becomes a lot easier. And then you can charge up your claw. And see, I hit him with my claw and it rips the green energy out. You can also make it to where when you kill those guys, it gives you some of your life back. So you don't have to solely rely on potions. There's a lot of ways to self-heal. And I try to zip in there with my claws, trying to find different ways of killing those spores. This area is huge. There's lots and lots and lots of side areas to go to. And I definitely wouldn't fault people for just spending hours in this first area. I know I did. I probably spent 3 or 4 or 5 hours just farting around in this area in prior playthroughs. Also, when you come back, because you can come back to these areas to do more quests, you might think that that they cheapened out and just, oh, here's the first bigger mini boss. He's a big kind of a berserker, and he is trouble. And if he beats you, you get sent back all the way to where that chair is. But if you don't fight him and go past him, there's a chair right after him. So that's a big green charge right there. I should have stunned him. But when you're fighting him, sometimes you have to smack him with your leaf your feather a few times. And so you have to kind of not use your feathers in case they do a green move, but sometimes unless you're back a little bit, you don't know that they're doing a green move. Use your... see, there's this green attack right there, but I managed to stun him. And you get a really nice stun if you stun them when they're doing a green charge up. Boom. Start getting some potion recipes there so you can make potions. Also, there's like super potion recipes that you can make. You can kind of figure them out. This game has just an insane amount of depth to it. So yeah, that's the first kind of big mini boss. And then here's your little chair. You could have skipped that guy, gone to the chair, then gone back, and that'd be a lot safer. Do I start upgrading some stuff at this point? I do. There is tons and tons of weapons to upgrade. I think I just keep upgrading my plague, and then I eventually upgrade my strength so I can do more damage, since I don't need hit points. tons and tons of talent trees to go down too. And I don't know if there's a level limit. It's really nice. It shows you what every single thing is, and it shows you how to do it. All the different dodges. Step and jump is probably one of the most important things of the game, but it's also one of the hardest things to pull off. Once you learn step and jump, you don't need to interrupt their green charge moves anymore. Once I figured that out, oh, that was a game changer. So, let's see, what do I do here? Tons of different plague weapons. Oh, it's also completely random what plague weapons you get. Well, sort of. The drops are random. So each enemy that uses a different weapon has a chance to drop like XP for that weapon. So the drop is kind of random, even though the monster's not. So what weapon you get is kind of gonna depend on which area you go grind in. I didn't find that out until later. That would have been pretty useful info. So if you really like the axe, for example, like my first playthrough, my axe was maxed out because I was just fighting axe people over and over again. And then my next playthrough, this playthrough here, I was going through it faster. I wasn't fighting as many axe people. And so it took me forever to like figure out why my axe wasn't upgrading. Oh, yeah, so subsequent times through a level, when you go to do more missions, you might think, oh, how many times am I going to have to go through the same damn area again? Well, it looks like the area, but it's actually changed. And not just enemies, but like the whole location's changed. It's so... replaying through a level is actually a whole new experience every time you come to do a new mission, which was quite a surprise. Quite an enjoyable surprise. They didn't slouch. They didn't take any shortcuts, really. There are shortcuts in this game. What I mean is they didn't take any. They put shit tons of work into this. They didn't do any of the slacker things that I thought they were gonna do. I didn't know them from anybody else. Just like from what I've seen in video games, people slacking so much, doing just like lazy shit to shit out their game. But these guys, they put in so much work. I kept thinking the game was gonna devolve into mush, but this game stays true to itself. It doesn't get lazy. Sort of like Tormented Souls doesn't really get lazy. Maybe the last area is a little bit bland. I forgot to really talk about the end of Tormented Souls at the end of my Tormented Souls video. But that's because that's only for the first hour, so I kind of only talked about the first hour. But the game stays, Tormented Souls stays true to itself. However, the end of it does maybe feel like a slog a bit from what I've seen. But it's still like collecting stuff, you know. It stays true to itself. And maybe... oh, that's right. He ends up fighting a lot of spear guys, and so he ends up upgrading his spear. This game, though, I mean, maybe fighting these guys for 6+ hours, maybe it does start to get a little stale. in another way, like, not really, because you end up having to deal with archers, which maybe adds a little bit of a flavor. A little bit of flavor. And the locales change. You're not in this kind of a cobblestone, you know, marketplace slash, you know, this kind of big vertical town that they're in. There's several other locales. See how far my guy gets in an hour. It's nice not having to, you know. I'm glad I switched genres. I did Tormented Souls, and then I came and did this. I'm glad, because I had to explain kind of every single tiny thing there. And with this game, since I'm not get the thing, open the key, get the thing, open the door, get the thing, open the door, I can actually talk about other stuff, like what's coming up right here. This guy, for some reason, the very first time I played through this, nothing but problems with this guy. I died so many damn times. He hits so hard. It took me hours to beat this guy, and he's just one of like the mini bosses. Eventually I beat him. The last playthrough, I eventually beat him because he glitches out. You see what happened here? He suckered me into another area with another mini boss, and they just are having their way with my poor scrawny body. Yeah, he glitched out one time. And I was able to beat him, and that kind of gave me my morale. He knocked me into her this time. That would have killed me easily. This is another kind of a shortcut area here for later to kind of unlock the shortcut. Yeah, so I beat him, and then I walked forward a little bit, and then I think I probably got killed by her. And then I got so sick and tired of it. I was like, what happens if I just skip these areas? What happens if I just skip these areas? Well, here's what happens. You, not this little guy right here. If you try to skip going back there, you fall down, and you fall down into a big area where you will die. You get away from those two, but you run into another big mini boss. Not the little mini bosses. You fall into a big one that's down there waiting for you if you try to skip those two. Not this guy. This is a little mini boss. This is another spear one like the last one. The problem is with him is you can fall down, like what just happened there. Well, I fell down, but he can fall down too. And then you got to deal with him down here with everybody else. So what's lurking down here is a big mini boss, and so I'm looking for him right now. Because you see how many guys there are down here, and there he is. And he is oh man, he can charge like the full map. He can charge the full map at you. And so if you try to skip the two mini bosses, you run into this guy, and then you are dead, because he kills you in about 3 hits. And fighting him and everybody else is you just get pummeled. This is before I learned how to just jump out of the way of their green charge move. So yeah, this is the second big mini boss you have to fight. Yeah, this is before I learn how to just jump out of the way. There we go. Boom. I finally get it. Finally. I'm like, Ringo just clawed the shit out of my leg because he didn't want to get up. Sorry, buddy. I had to move. So that is the second big mini boss of the game. You get special weapon XP from the big ones too. So from the hammer guy, I would have gotten a big green spectral hammer, and then from the punchy guy, I think you get a big punchy glove, I think. So you're kind of at the, oh gosh, there's like hands hanging down. Lots of more, infectious, whatever that stuff is. I think eventually you can upgrade your block having a little bit more of an effective window. But yeah, with those the lobby mobs, you really can just hack and slash through them. The medium, kind of the small mini bosses, some of them you can make quick work of. But the one with the shield and the one with the spear, you can't make quick work of them. They turtle up. Oh, here's another one of the bigger mini bosses. She's a knife thrower. Her type is quite a few places in the game. She sort of shows up out of nowhere to kick your ass. I was surprised the game throws 3 of the bigger mini bosses at you before you even beat the first level. Like, they throw the kitchen sink at you right off the bat. There's no they let you know immediately where you sit on the totem pole. But some of these guys are optional. She's optional. First time I played through, I didn't even know she was there. I found her on accident in my second playthrough. More little notes. Oh, this is the note that teases the bad guy. The guy that's he's not running the circus, but he I guess you'd call him like the main attraction. So I haven't saved in a while, and I'm like, should I save? It's gonna respawn everything. And I was looking to kill that last mini boss right there. But you can't jump. Well, you can. And I was trying to dash over, and it wouldn't let me, and I'm trying to remember how to get to that spot. That was the guy that knocked me down earlier, and I wanted to kill him because I wanted to kill everything. I wanted to clean the whole level because I thought that would be fun. And I was trying to remember, how do I backtrack exactly to that spot? I wanted to kill him, but I'm like, but it doesn't really give me anything. But he knocked me down and kind of left me with some unfinished business. But I was like, you know what? I don't remember how to get back there. So go ahead, and I was upping my strength because this guy takes a lot to kill. What do I go for? Really, what I should have been doing is I should have been leveling up my step and jump, which I do. I think I do. And I needed to be leveling up my parry. But I don't think I level up my parry until way later. I like having my claw, and I liked having like my feathers, because I like to zone them. And this guy, the guy that I have to fight, is really ranged. He's really a ranged guy, and so I think I wanted to have a better chance at him not getting at range and then out healing me. Because no matter how good you are, I mean, no matter how much like infinite life you have, it doesn't matter, because if you suck, they can just out heal you. So I knew I needed some advantages. Here's the potion crafting area. You can get more ingredient slots. You can have more quantity, or you can change what the potion does. So it really gets into the whole alchemy thing here. You can make stronger potions. You can make the potions do more damage. There's all kinds of stuff you can do. And there's 3 different types of potions. There's like an instant potion, like a long potion, and then sort of the medium one, which he starts with. And each one can do different things. And the ingredients that you get for the potions vary a little bit, so you can get like better of the same ingredient potentially. And some of the ingredients are rare. So there was another like little itty bitty mini boss right there. There's really no point in me charging up my claw when they don't have green damage, because claw doesn't do tons of damage, but it was like a fun opener for me. So I'm still farting around. I think I wanted to get more XP. Here he is. I'm like, you bastard. I'm like, don't knock him down. Don't knock him down. Don't knock him down. Because I knew if I knocked him down, then I gotta go back up there. I gotta go all the way back. We have unfinished business. There we go. I missed him with my charge claw. See, they'll sit there and resurrect, and then I'm like, crap, that thing's over there. How did I miss that thing? How the hell do I get over there? I'm like, fuck it, let's go. But again, like, oh, everything's respawned. So it's all good though. Well, just don't die. It's all good because you get more XP and you get more weapon XP. So you could, theoretically just sit in the first area and grind and completely max out your character if you wanted. It wouldn't particularly help you very much. And you'd only max out a couple weapons, but you could max out... You could max out your whole talent tree if you wanted. But by now I had ran around in here enough times to where I had got a really good feel of where everything was. So I was really comfortable with fighting these guys running around, I think even the bigger mini bosses respawn if you wanted to farm those. Yeah, so see, I remembered how to get up here. Kind of checking things out again. Seeing if there's more stuff. Because this game really does reward you for looking around. New mobs to fight that are going to give you more weapon XP, potentially. Lots of little notes to read. Sometimes there's like ladders you can knock down, like he just knocked that ladder down, which I think opened up a shortcut. And then I think there's like a gate back there somewhere that was like another shortcut that you could open. I think I was just having a lot of fun exploring. And I was looking for that last white little ghosty thing that I think would have, it was XP or something, or maybe it was a note. I don't remember. I had already spent so long in this area that it was just fun. This is one of those games where you don't mind running around. The level design's really cool. You don't really get lost. You just remember to keep going up, and then you'll remember where you're at. There's only one area in this game where I really did get lost, which is the second to last area, which is a huge fortress. A massive fortress. Yeah, I got lost in there like crazy. It's huge. Absolutely huge. And their level design is so good that you can't very easily figure out exactly where you need to go because it's massive. You kind of do what I do, where you like look, oh, this that goes up there and down there, and the ramp goes over that way, and you work your way there, and eventually you'll get it. I think I just wanted to run through this area a second time to build up more XP, so I had enough, I don't know, enough extra stuff to where the first guy wouldn't be a huge pain in the ass. And I wanted to look for that last, I was going for kind of a completion diddly-do. Oh, that's right, I got the key to talk to Emerald. So, you can't do anything with Emerald yet. But she's another person that's not corrupted. And you can ask her kind of questions that come up along the way. You can ask her, and then she gives you clues. Clues as to what to do. Clues as to kind of like how the memory is supposed to go. Go on, Ringo. Lay down. I know it's my fault. You were comfy. Come on. No, don't knock my stuff down. Come on, lay down. Because I don't want to. I want to play. There we go. Is that? No, that was a knife shard. There's something. There it is. See, I can see it. I'm like, shit, it's over there. How do I get over there? I gotta go that way. Gotta go that way. Gotta go that way. Do I gotta jump down? I want to know what that thing is. Sorry, I know it's like not as fun when I kind of explore and stuff, but like, do I go down there? I do! Hooray! See, boom, there's that asshole again. And I'm like, if I go over there and get that thing, I bet he's just gonna knock me off and then I won't get it. So I'm like, I better kick their ass. So doing a green attack when they're dead, or when they're stunned at the end of no life. There we go. Collections of memories, by the way. I didn't know what the collections of memories were. They are huge bursts of XP. You can only collect 99 of them. I run through almost the whole game, but it saves it, so if you die, you don't lose them. So you can save up to 99 collections of memories until you need them. You don't have to worry about losing them. So it's a good thing that I went and grabbed that. I end up using them maybe about 2/3 of the way through the game. It's like, I'm like, what does it mean I'm maxed out at collections of memories? What the hell is that? What do I go for? Oh, restore energy with saber attacks. Okay. Oh, yep. And so I finally, because I went through again, I finally got enough for hand axe. But my hand axe isn't leveled up enough for me to be able to throw it. What do I stay with? I liked the halberd a lot. But I think I was like, what did I go with? You can hold like 2 energy up to like 2 of your own weapons, and then I think you get 1 weapon that you're just randomly stealing. Your own weapon takes energy. Your own big energy weapon takes energy. Do I stay with the halberd for now? I had already unlocked like quite a few weapons. I was really doing good this run. I love the hand axe though. Yep, I go with the hand axe because you get to be able to throw it later, which is so helpful if you're getting zoned, which I do a lot. So I don't really need more potions because I have infinite HP. But potions do other things later as you start to configure your potions. And I end up making mine help me do more damage. So here's a Gambit, the first real boss. And he's not the ringleader of this whole thing, but he's the main attraction. They do an unblockable ultimate. That's what makes them like the big boss. I have beat this guy's first form without cheats, but his second form is ridiculous. He, if you're not careful, see how much green life he's got? If you're not careful, he can regenerate that really fast. So that's why I'm throwing my feathers at him. Since he can go and there I'm trying to do my green attacks so he can't cheat me there. Cheat me out of the damage that I've done. He can go like corporeal there, yeah. You can't do damage to him and he'll regenerate. Oh, my little, I have like a little tether thing. I'm tethered to him. That's how you lock on in this game, if you decide to fight like that. See, if I don't start doing green damage to him soon, he's going to regenerate. So that's what I'm trying to do. Just, this guy just beats your ass. One of the ways to beat him is to spam your oh yeah, I love the finishers. Boom. Is to spam your energy weapon. So here's his, that wasn't even his final form. This is his final form. So more of the same, except faster, and he does more damage, and he starts doing his ultimate. If you're really good, you can actually block every single move he does once you start memorizing the rhythm of his patterns. So there are videos out there of people 100% blocking this guy. We'll say it's very, 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 very frustrating because you have to get perfect blocks on this guy more times than are statistically possible to do on accident. There, he's doing his big charge, and then I stunned him. I stunned him, but I still have to do a lot of his screen damage. And you can sit there and dodge his cards, but if you dodge his... He just did his ultimate on me. Boom. That would have killed me, and I would have had to do all that over again. I could have got out of the way, but I didn't realize he was doing it. I thought... Well, no, I did. I thought I was going to be able to damage burst him through it. So here we go. Boom. Meow, 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 meow. And then that is the first boss down. And then you get tons and tons and tons of goodies for it. And then there's a little ghost girl letting you know that your memory is done. And then she asks you some questions about the memory. Tons and tons and tons and tons of dead bodies. Those are like the bodies of the people that had been seeing his act. See, it says, this is everything I can remember. And then if you say no, you can run around and do more stuff if you want. So every time you're done with the memory, just like before, you go back to Philosopher's Hill and talk to the kid a little bit. There's the long-lasting potion. But that one takes a lot longer to use. And, but that's like when you can like damage boost with it and stuff. And you can show her things and she kind of asks you about them, and you can go ask the other gal too, and she gives you more clues. And, yeah, I think I go back. I don't think I progress. I don't remember. I guess we'll find out, because I'll sit here and wait with y'all, and we'll see what happens together. But as soon as you complete an area, tons of more side quests open up, which is a lot of fun. They didn't bore me at all. Doing the side areas is important to unlock the multiple endings. Which, yeah, there's another thing I forgot to mention about Tormented Souls. Tormented Souls has multiple endings, which is pretty cool. This has quite a few endings. Hold on, I'll let you out in a little bit. You can go play. Yep. So tons of replayability in this game, because it's deceptive. It looks like there's only four zones, so it only looks like 4 levels. But he just kicked off my leg, little stinker. But there's not actually 4. Well, there's kind of 4 environments, I guess you could say. But some of the environments have multiple environments in them. And each one has, up to maybe 3 to 4 things you can do in it. And the environment changes every time you go. I mean, the map layout changes every time you go. So, tons and tons of replayability. I played this for like a whole day when I did the playthrough. And I was... Except for the time I got turned around in the fortress looking for something. But even then, this area, I mean, this game is like such a gem to explore. I honestly wasn't frustrated. And even though I was like just looking for one thing, I actually kept finding more and more and more new areas I hadn't found yet. There's just so many little nooks and crannies. Do I go to the Royal Garden? Or do I go back to the Sea of Trees? Oh, I do go to the Royal Garden. I think maybe I wanted to see a change of scenery first. There's like the circus, the Royal Garden. What is the other one? I can see it in my head. It's kind of like a two-parter. Kind of the library? Or is the library just a part of the garden? I can't remember. Anyway, this is the garden. Different bad guys. Different, different environment. Different bad guys. And there's, yeah, like I said, there's four different areas. And some of them have very, very, very different sub-areas. And lots and lots and lots of bosses. So if you like Souls-like games that are really, really, really super hard, but have huge, great, awesome level designs and a really, really, really fun character. Hold on, Ringo. Hold on. Then this game is for you. And it's really affordable. See, this guy's got the red stuff growing out of him. I think they're more kind of like crystals instead of plants, maybe. Different infection, sort of ish. Anyway, yeah, the guys kind of advance as you go, but your guy just gets more and more and more of a badass. Oh, that's right. I end up putting all my points into the shield. I fought a lot of the bad guys, and I ended up leveling up my shield all the way. So my first playthrough was with the axe, and my second was the shield, and I was using it to help me parry. Yeah, I remember now. So yeah, this has been Thymesia, and highly recommended. And I hope you can kind of see why it's a horror game. It's tons and tons and tons of horror, like gothic horror elements to it. And you get to play as an alchemist, a plague doctor alchemist, and how cool is that? So, appreciate y'all, and buy my books, and leave a comment down below if there's any that you want me to play the first hour of. So I will talk to you all later. Meow meow. Meow meow. Meow meow.